Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the Norden, and I wanted to share a couple things with you guys that I figured out. In a previous video, you may remember I had cricket bat grips on here to increase the girth or the diameter of the hand grips, because on the KTMs and the Huskies, the diameter is pretty small. It's tiny, and so a lot of times your hand will get a cramp in it from trying to hold on to the grip like that if you have larger hands. So I came up with the solution, the cricket bat grips. However, most cricket bat grips, if you leave the bike or you park the bike outside where there's sunlight, they eventually crack and fall apart. So I came up with a solution that I think you guys are going to like. And I tried it without making a video for it because I didn't know if they would work or not, and they work fantastic. So basically what you're looking at here is Kayak paddle grips, Kayak paddles grips. Yep, you can tell that they spent a lot of time on their marketing for this one. I will leave a link in the description on Amazon. At the time I purchased these, they were less than $7. So basically what you do is you're going to cut like the last section of these off. Like that. So that would be the last section that's on there. And then these actually slide on if you take a spray bottle and put isopropyl alcohol in it. I think this is 70% isopropyl. So I sprayed down the inside of the grip and then basically slid it into place and set it up where I liked it. And then what happens as the alcohol dries over a couple days, or if you park in direct sunlight or whatever, these stick kind of like remember hair gel? When it dried, it would get real sticky. It's the same thing that happens on these, and it works really well. I was surprised at how well it works. But these are a little bit thicker than the cricket bat grips, and obviously they are UV resistant because they're meant for an outdoor sport. These ones are KTM orange, and I got the black ones on the Norden. I may put the KTM orange ones on the 790. But we'll see. This is more of like an off-road bike. I do ride it like maybe once or twice a week just to keep the fluid stirred up on it and the battery charged. But it's not like a daily commuter. It is fun to ride, and I am having fun with it. The other thing I wanted to address with you guys is in the summer I run this Windscreen from Power Bronze because it's nice and short, and it basically makes the Norden kind of a naked bike, so you get a lot of wind against you to cool you off on hot days. And it's been really hot around here lately. The temperatures in the mornings are starting to get back down into the 50s and sometimes the upper 40s. So I'm going to put a different windscreen on. This is one that I haven't tried, but I found it, and once again I'll leave a link in the description for it. It's basically the Expedition windscreen, but it's a little bit taller than stock. Normally the Expedition windscreen would get cut off like right here. This one sticks up just a little bit further. I thought it was a good deal. They've got them in black, clear, and smoke, as you see here. And we're going to swap it out. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, I just had to change out the hardware a little bit to some shorter bolts that were on the original windscreen. And this thing bolted right up. The fitment on this is really good, surprisingly, for something that's about half the price of the Expedition version Norden, I guess you could say. Yeah, normally I think it only goes about this high, but this is an extended one. I don't know what type of difference that's going to make riding the bike. Maybe there's going to be less pressure on my chest from the wind, but we'll ride it around and find out, and I'll let you guys know in a future video. Oh, the other thing that keeps popping up recently about KTMs in general is people think that their rotors are warped on their brakes. Well, believe it or not, rotors don't actually warp. And even if they did warp, they wouldn't really make your brakes pulse or vibrate. The problem you guys are having is either you or the person that you bought the bike from didn't bed the brakes in properly on motorcycles. There's a brake bedding procedure when you first get your bike. If you have pulsing in your brakes or shuddering or vibrations, the thing that I always do when that starts to happen, and it does happen on some of the bikes that I've owned, is I'll go to a parking lot and I will do 10 emergency stops from at least 20 miles per hour or greater. That should clear it up for the most part. If you still have some residual vibration left over, do about 5 more, and that should definitely clear it up. The problem that you're having is the brake pad material on these gets unevenly distributed around the rotors, especially if you do light braking and you're doing a lot of engine braking. Eventually that brake pad material builds up on the rotors unevenly, and that's what causes the shuddering or the pulsing or the vibrating that you're feeling. So that's just another tip. A bunch of guys have tried that on the message boards that I mentioned that to, and they've come back and said that that worked out great. So if you're having those problems, do not start replacing all your brake components. Just go to a parking lot and do some 25 mile per hour or greater emergency stop drills, and I think you'll your problem will at least clear up and go away or be much more improved. But other than that, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, guys. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And remember, every single one of the videos that I make has links in the description for the products that I'm installing or showing you a description of or whatnot. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.